Jack here in the comments dropping. He says, a few weeks ago, we talked about this team being like the 2014 second half, and now they are playing good baseball. I completely agree. That was something that I was on board with you about, Jack. I think when we were coming out of the All-Star break, this team, especially with some of the youth now, more so, I think we were expecting, more guys to be up because of potential trades with Ian Happ and Wilson Contreras, right? But even then, you add a guy like Franmil Reyes, the Franimal, who gets 2 hits again today, and we'll talk about that here in just a moment. But, you bring in guys like Franmil Reyes who fill an immediate need. The Cubs don't really have a true DH on this roster. Yes, Wilson was predominantly in that role a lot. Some of the other guys would get looks there on off days. But now you have a true power bat who has multiple seasons now performed at a 30 home run clip. He's come out. He's gotten the job done. 2 more hits today. He's hitting every game as a Chicago Cub. You got him. Nelson Velasquez is getting more playing time, which I absolutely love to see today. He spelled Seiya Suzuki to give Suzuki a break. Kind of weird they gave Suzuki a break on his birthday. You would think the guy would want to play on his birthday, but nonetheless, probably not a bad move. Give Seiya a day off. He'll be back in the lineup on Friday against Milwaukee without a doubt. But Morel back in center. You got Ian out and left. Ian had a good day. A pair of hits for the Hapmeister, as well as a really nice defensive play. He keeps that average up at 280 right now, having just a sensational season. I agree, though, Jack. You're 100% spot on here, where this team's playing good baseball. They're making things interesting. If they continue to play at this pace in the second half, they're not going to lose 100 games. Sure, yeah, they're probably still going to lose 90, but you're not going to lose 100. A lot of people thought they were going to lose 100. You need 13 wins to ensure a 99-loss season. The way this team's playing right now, and the way this team's pitching right now, I don't see why they can't win 13, hell, 15 games down the stretch here. I mean, you got a whole month of baseball still. You have about 5 days into October with games, and then you've still got pretty much 2 weeks in the month of August. So you have just short of 7 weeks of baseball still. You're telling me they can't put together 15 wins over 7 weeks? I think they absolutely can. I think they can even push 20 if they continue to play like this. And again, yes, sure, people are going to come back and, well, they played the Nats twice, and they played the Marlins, and they played the Reds. Yeah, but then they played Baltimore. Baltimore's a good team. A lot of people forget how good Baltimore is. Like, the Orioles are competing for a wild card spot. They were half a game out coming into this game for that last AL wild card spot, and the Cubs took it to them today. Outside of one bad inning with Newcomb on the mound, the Cubs the pitching was on pace to keep them off the scoreboard. And that's what you absolutely love to see. Offense did just enough. This is 2 games in a row now where they've scored less than 4 runs, but 1. So again, I think that's kind of a turning point for this offense a little bit. We've seen this offense so hot, right, since the All-Star break and everything like that. They've been so good. They've, they went on a streak there for 9 games or 8 games or 7 games where it was 4 runs or more. In each game, even when they were losing, the offense was doing their job. Now, the pitching's getting the job done, and the offense is doing enough to get W's. 2 days in a row of 3-2 wins. They're winning 1-run games, too, which is great to see. This is something that this team did not do a lot of in the first half. So, again, going back to Jack's comment earlier in the show, I really do think we are starting to see some of that 2014 Cubs team. Now, are we going to get the same 2015 outburst in 2023? Not necessarily. I think they're a much more competitive team next year. Don't get it twisted. I think, they add another arm. I think they can absolutely add another bat. Obviously, the Trey Turner kind of reports have been really surfacing over the last 24 or so hours now about he wants to know the direction of a team if he's going to sign somewhere in free agency. And a lot of people are like, hey, Cubs, tell them you're competing because you should be competing. That's a guy that could come in and make a big difference in this lineup, especially if you got a guy like Franmil Reyes, who's very reasonable for next season. Keep him in the fold as your DH. If you want to bring Willie back or not, we'll see that. And I'm going to get to Willie here again in a second, prompted again by a great comment here from Jack in the comment section. And, you got still guys like Ian Happ and Seiya Suzuki and even guys like Christopher Morel and Nelson Velasquez who can bring the pop. They just need to be in the lineup on a more consistent basis. And I think we will start to see that more in 2023.